Hi, welcome back to MBA Solutions. I'm Shravan, Assistant Professor, VVCE, MBA Department, Mysuru. If you are not subscribed to our channel, please press subscribe button and bell icon for notification. In our last video, we have dealt on conflict management skill. In that video, we have discussed on meaning of conflict, types of conflict, components of conflict, and lastly, conflict resolution process. If you have not watched that video, first see that video and then continue with this. Today, we are going to learn and understand the different methods of conflict resolution process. In our previous video, we have dealt with the most accepted and standard method of conflict resolution, that is competing, the situation where I win, you lose. Second is collaborating, where I win, you also win. Third situation is avoiding, where no winner, no loser. And the fourth situation, accommodating, where I lose, you win. And lastly, compromising, situation where I bend, you also bend. Now we'll move on to the another way of handling conflict as identified by NADER and TODD in their book Disputing Process Law in 10 Society. There are 8 ways as identified by NADER and TODD. First is lumping. Second is avoidance. Third one, coercion. Fourth one, mediation. Fifth one, conciliation. Sixth one, arbitration. Seventh one, adjudication. And lastly, negotiation. Let's take an example and understand. The same example which we have dealt in the previous video. You and your friend thought of going for a movie. You thought of going for movie X, whereas your friend thought of for going for movie Y. Now the conflict has arisen from both of you for which movie to go. Now the question is how to resolve this. Let's go one by one the ways identified by NADER and TODD. First is lumping. Here in this situation where one party fails to pursue the issue of another party, the issue is simply ignored, but the relationship will continue. In our example, what you can do, you will never proceed with the interest of your friend. What is your friend's interest? Friend's interest is to go for movie Y. Instead of that, what you are doing? You are ignoring or simply keeping quiet. But the relationship will continue. But whereas in the avoidance, the situation is same as lumping, where you are ignoring or simply keeping quiet. But here the relationship will be called off or it may break. Third is coercion. Here, the imposition is done by one party to the another by a way of threat or a force. In the example, what you will do, you will force or threaten your friend that if you doesn't come and watch movie X, then I may not talk to you or something like that. What you are doing now, you are putting pressure on your friend. This is coercion. Fourth is conciliation. Here, both parties are brought together for the purpose of settling the dispute. The person who brings both the party is the conciliator. He does not have any active role in settling the dispute. In the example, you and your friend will be brought together by a common friend. Here your common friend is the conciliator. He does not solve any problem. The problem has to be solved by you and your friend only. The role is to bring you together. That's all. Fifth is mediation. Here, a third party intervenes to solve the problem. The third party is the mediator. He may be appointed by the parties only or from the external source like government. Here in the example, the third party may be your common friend appointed by both of you. The role of him is to solve the problem. Here, whatever the judgment, maybe to watch movie X or watch movie Y, whatever the judgment given by that mediator, no, it is not mandatory to follow the judgment. You may say yes or you may say no also. But whereas in the arbitration, here also a third party intervenes to solve the problem. But whatever the judgment given by that person or the arbitrator should be followed by both the party. Here the judgment may be to watch movie X or maybe Y. You cannot say that I'm not going to follow the judgment. But whereas in the mediation, you can follow or may not follow also. That is the difference between the mediation and the arbitration. Seventh is adjudication. Here, the third party also intervenes to solve the problem, but the third party has got the power. Say, for an example, judiciary. In the example, if the court intervenes in you and your friend's problem, that is adjudication. Here, the court has got the power or not, and also whatever the judgment given by the court, you need to follow it. That is adjudication. And the last is negotiation. Here, the mutual settlement of the problem can take place by both the parties only. In the example, you and your friend may negotiate among yourself only. Say that in this week we'll watch X movie and in next week we'll watch Y movie. This is negotiation. Thank you for watching this video on methods of conflict resolution. We'll meet again. Until then, thank you.